No, I'm completely numb, and I live in a luxurious world, and that's what I write about. That's all I know. All I know is my own numbness and my own luxury, and the novels are a reflection of that. It's fiction, you know. Fiction in a way is I don't know. I guess it's a reflection of I don't know, your fantasies in a way. I mean, I look at the books as, sure, on a certain level, they're autobiographical, but they're also, they're not real. Patrick Bateman doesn't exist, and Victor Ward and Glamorama, they don't exist. They're like made up people in made up situations, and that gives you the freedom to explore your obsessions and your fantasies, and you know, so actually, I'm not a pessimistic person. I'm really not. If I was a truly pessimistic person, I don't think I'd be writing novels, and I don't think I'd be, excited by the idea of writing novels. I mean, sure, if you're living in this world, you have a certain amount of pessimism because that's just how life is. There's things that hit you, and oh, that's unfair, or oh, that sucks. But in general, I'm not a pessimistic person. I'm not an optimistic person by any means, but I'm not a super pessimistic person, and I'm not, that numb. I think I have a bit of a sense of humor about things. Oh, it's all gratuitous. I write very gratuitous violence, and it's very, it's all over the place. I don't know. I mean, I don't, you know, yeah, there's two books where there's a lot of violence in it. There's American Psycho and there's Glamorama, which are pretty violent books. And maybe they are gratuitous. I don't know. I mean, of course, they didn't feel gratuitous to me because I was writing them, and I felt that the violence needs to be there. But there's an argument to be made, sure, that the violence in American Psycho is gratuitous, and I can understand that argument. I can totally get it. I can get both sides. I can get the side that, okay, look, the book is in its own way a kind of performance art piece, and the violence needs to be there, so it comments on everything else, and it's all part of a puzzle. And I can also see the other side where it just seems gross. You've really just stepped over a line here, and it's just gross and needless. You know what? I think both arguments are right. I think they're both correct. It is gratuitous violence, and yet it can also be seen as being something that's meaningful within the context of that book. So no, I mean, I can see both sides to it. Look, I think if you're writing a novel about a serial killer or someone who fantasizes about being a serial killer, and you have that kind of obsessive attention to detail within that narrator. I mean, I didn't realize how violent American Psycho was going to be until I realized what the narrator's voice was going to be like, and that he was going to be someone completely obsessed by consumerism, and that everything in the book was going to be minutely detailed. And then I realized, and well, look, I made an aesthetic choice. I said, well, that's going to spill into the killings. And that's how that happened. And, if you're writing a book about terrorists, and it's being narrated from a terrified narrator, well, why is he terrified? Well, because of the things he's seen. And so, it makes sense to me. It doesn't seem that I'm, and I know you didn't mean gratuitous in a challenging way, but no, I don't feel that the books are gratuitously violent. Or yes, I do. I don't know. Maybe they are. It's not. I don't know. It's for an audience to decide. Let's take a vote. Gratuitous? Not gratuitous.